Hi, I'm Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times. And right now I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. And I am going to let Simone introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Simone Smith, and I'm a filmmaker. Filmmaker from Glasgow, Scotland.
Okay, and what time is it there?
It's 5:20 in the
In the
evening.
evening. In the
Yeah,
evening? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's 9:20 in the morning
Oh,
here.
really? Right,
Yeah.
okay, good morning.
Okay. I always like to find out who I'm talking to, and
Yeah,
I mean where they are and what time it
yeah.
is, because I'm
I know
talking
it's always interesting, isn't it? I know it's very
it
different.
is.
Got a very different kind of like psychology right now. Then I'm winding down. You're just like, yeah,
I love
waking up.
your accent.
Oh,
I love
cheers.
I,
I like
I love
yours.
Scotland. So we're going to be talking about her film, The MöBIUS Trip, and
Yeah.
can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you got started making films, please?
Yeah, so I started out really with like I didn't go to film school or anything. I'm a self-taught filmmaker really. So I grew up in Glasgow and I didn't have any connections to the film industry or anything like that. I just really loved watching films. My family were always really obsessed with films. There was always a lot of chat about films, and my mum got a video camera, and I just played with that all the time, and I just loved playing with it. So I always just loved making art and doing little like drama sketches with my sister and my brother, and just doing little like reenactments from like films and making up scenes and making up commercials and stuff like that. And I just grew up a bit and I get into art, and I studied more like art and drama. That was kind of what I was interested in, and experimental theatre. And then I got a job I've done so many jobs, like I've crazy amount of jobs. I've tried so many different things, but the thing that's always really stuck has been creative work. I taught myself how to VJ, and I was doing a lot of VJing around Glasgow, working at like music festivals and things like that, and just doing all the visuals at music gigs and like making music videos. Started doing that, and I got a job as a production runner, working for BBC here. And I worked my way up from there, really. Just worked my way up the ladder, up to like production, up to self-shooting director. And it was just during that process that I just started, like I really wanted to make my own films. And so I started making my own shorts, and then I'm now I'm completely independent now. So all my shorts were just really like made off my own back, just self-funded, self-produced. I just wanted to just learn through making. And so that was really kind of my journey, really, just loving films, loving watching them, and just feeling this urge to get things out, to express things that were happening and things that I felt I needed to get out of my system, and that's what I did, really. So I've made several shorts now, and I'm just on the cusp of making my first feature film.
Well,
Music is a big thing. Yeah, I love doing sound design. I love sound design and all that as well. I did do some like AV performances, like audio visual performances as well. So it was like music and visuals. So I've done
yes.
that as well, and that's something I'm always interested in as well.
Okay. Well, so what brought about the idea for the film, The MöBIUS Trip?
It's really, it's about a family on taking a road trip. So just the idea, it came from a few different places, I think, at different points in my life. I remember having this vision of like just having this, it was years and years ago, like just the idea of just setting a story in a really contained space, like in a car, because I'm always learning, and it's always like everything's an experiment. I wanted to give myself that kind of restriction and see what it would be like to just set a whole film in a car and just to work in a contained space like that, because I'd never shot in a car before or done anything like related to cars, and I just wanted to try it out. And that was like at one point, and I saw Psycho like years ago. You know, I used to watch that like with my family and stuff like that, all the Hitchcock films and everything. And I just had this, like, I remember like the vision with the rear view mirror, and just there was just like various things that connected over the years, and then years later, I came back to this idea about, you know, a short film set in a car, and it kind of evolved with this like family taking a road trip to a wedding, and yeah, as I started writing it, it just evolved really. I just had a baby, I became a mum, there was a lot of things going on. I just wanted to channel a lot of things into, so it kind of became like this kind of like, and it was like an encapsulation of like a lot of pain, I think, that was happening at the time, and it just went into this car.
Okay, wow. Well, and how old is your child now?
He's 4. He's just turned 4.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Cute.
Thank you.
So the film, would you consider this to be in the genre of a thriller?
I see it like I don't really like to sort of fit into any genre, really, honestly. But it is definitely got various things going, like genres, I would say. I mean, it's sort of, I see it as kind of like psychodrama, really, probably more like psychological drama, but kind of horror, a bit thriller. But it's quite experimental as well.
Okay.
And it's kind of really, it's quite, you know, it's got some ideas in it that are a bit more expressive, and yeah, so it's kind of like multi-genre levels, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I do agree with that. And so we're going to talk about the Glasgow Short Film Festival. I know it's been a
Yeah.
while now, but how
Yeah.
did you feel about winning the special jury award there?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was great. That was the premiere as well. So it was such a brilliant, you know, night. And just to, it's always so nerve-wracking, you know, just putting your film out there and seeing what people are going to think. But yeah, it was really interesting. It was just like sitting in the audience and just hearing them like react to moments that I've been so used to reacting to in my edit, because I edited the film and as well. And that, you know, there's certain moments that made me chuckle. And it's not a comedy, but there's definitely moments that made that, you know, a few moments in it that did make me laugh, and it was quite funny just to hear the audience react in at certain moments, and then at the same moment and later on in the film, just hearing the silence and hearing that, you know, that tension and that energy. It was just really, yeah, it was great. It was just such a really good, it was just a really good experience to feel that, and then for it to win an award there was, yeah, I was just so grateful for that, and so pleased. It was just brilliant, you know, from Glasgow, and yeah, it was great. It's a really great festival.
Yeah. Well, there's another congratulations for you as well. And
Oh, thank you.
yes, for sure. And the Holly Shorts in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
because we're in Hollywood. How was the experience there a while ago?
Yeah, so it was just, again, just getting into Holly Shorts was just incredible. It was just such a brilliant bit of news to get that. So yeah, like I hadn't expected that at all. And then we got in. I didn't actually get to Hollywood though, because I have a son, and trying to get like childcare and all that, like, and try to work all that out. It was quite last minute, so I couldn't get over, unfortunately. But I did enjoy following the whole thing online, and I watched the whole program online and everything, and it was just a brilliant lineup of films. I loved watching the whole Strand, the Midnight Madness block. It was great. So just a real compliment to be part of that. And to talk to the organisers and everything, and just getting all of the updates through them. It was great. And but I did manage to go over to, I went over to the States a couple of months later on. I went to Chicago when it screened at Chicago Underground Film Festival there. So I managed to go over later on.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. So this film has been out quite a while now. What else do you have in store for it, if you do? And what else might you be working on?
Sure. Yeah, so the film premiered in March 2023, this year, yeah. And then it's going to be, I think it'll probably finish the run maybe the same time next year. And I'll put it online with like a big, short film platform, like Short of the Week, who they really want to put it on there. So that'll be great. And also Minute Shorts. I'll put it onto various platforms. And it's also Nightmares Film Festival have also said they want to put it on like a DVD with them as well and do a release with them, which will be great. And so there's like various festivals still coming up. It's going to be screening London Short Film Festival and competition next January as well. And there's a few festivals coming up in the States as well. San Diego Underground Film Festival and Sin City Horror Fest. There's loads still coming up, which is great. Quite a lot of underground film festivals are really into it, which is really nice. And after this, yeah, I'm just writing my first two feature films at the moment. One's called It's Too Late You Can't Save Me, and the other is Until She Bleeds. So I've got those in development right now. So at the moment, yeah, they're in development with Short Circuit, which is like BFI network in Screen Scotland here. So I'm writing them, and that's where I'm at right now, just kind of like really in that place. It's good to be in that place because I've been on the festival run for the last, like since March, and it's been really brilliant, but it's been very like quite all consuming as well. And yeah, so it's like a different kind of mentality to be doing the festival run. It's like a different thing, and it's been great. But now I'm happy to be like winding down now, Christmas time, and just getting into this kind of like little hibernation and really just getting in that world with the stories that I'm writing now. I'm really enjoying that now, actually. So yeah, it's good. It's a good change.
Yes, I felt the same way with all the film festivals because it was
Yeah.
they seem to be winding down for us as journalists as well, because it was
Yeah.
like when they were all together, it was very hard to keep up with
Oh,
all the movies, all the shorts, all
yeah.
the interviews. And
Yeah.
we did have the strike, so
Uh-huh.
and now so it was got a little slower with talking to the talent and the directors for a while, but now that the
Yeah.
strike is over, now
Is
we're
it going to, do you think it's going to just really ramp up again then, now that the
yes,
strike's over? Because you've got lots of catching up and yeah,
exactly. So
yeah,
I'm kind of glad it's slowed down off and on. And
yeah, it's
so
good. 'Cause it's a lot, it is a lot yeah, it's a lot. I can imagine from a journalist point of view how many plates you're spinning.
being
It's a
in
lot, yeah.
Hollywood, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're the Hollywood Times dot today, and
Uh-huh.
our YouTube channel is the Hollywood Official
Mhm.
and Hollywood Times Official. So how can our viewers and readers keep up with you and your work? How can we
Yeah,
find you?
thank you. Yeah, so I have a website, and I have like Instagram, and I probably just going on to my website, simonesmith.org, and my Instagram is Simone Moongirl, but it's all on my website. Yeah,
Great.
simonesmith.org.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. And
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for taking the time for us today. And please keep
Yeah.
in touch with your future projects.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Great.
Lovely meeting you, and we'll speak
Thank you,
soon. Okay.
Simone. All right.
Cheers. Thank you.
Have a
Okay,
great
bye.
evening. Bye-bye.